Welcome to Dark Horse Paranormal Podcast Live. I'm your host, Chris Carr.
And I'm Kristen Johnson.
Hello. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Hope you guys are doing good. We got a great show for you.
Yes, we do, as always.
And if you have anything you want to talk about, I know we wanted to mention that we are rebroadcasting the Synchronicity show, Synchronicity, adding pieces to the puzzle with our great friends, Lynn Monet and Marie Young as hosts, although I'm actually filling in for Lynn, who's sick, and we do hope you feel better,
yes.
Lynn. Our hearts go out to you with our good friends, Horn Paranormal, Kim and Scott. And we're going to rebroadcast it at 11. So wherever you're watching this now, if you didn't get to catch it on Tuesday, we're going to have it on then. Also want to mention that they are going to be on our friend Greg Koss's show, The Shadow Hour, which you can find on Facebook at Shadow Hunters Events on Friday night as well, in a brand new, fresh interview. So that's going to be killer, and we're looking forward to that. And those guys are great. I know a lot of you guys were just watching Greg and Reggie on Perfectly Normal Paranormal Communications. Yes. Probably where you're watching us now. And wow, that was really cool.
It was very interesting. It was like, whoa.
Some really good catches, some good ITC. And we're going to talk about some ITC tonight and see some examples of something maybe you have not seen before. It's pretty cool. Someone we came across, Kristen, saw some of his videos, and we got talking to him, and he's coming on. He's a paranormal investigator and also a UFO researcher, and he captures both on video and recordings, and using some technology in a really interesting and unique way. And we're going to bring him right on. He's also a DJ, but his name is Les Durant, and you can see his YouTube link at the bottom, by the way. And if you're just listening to this, it's youtube.com/@objectsandorbs. Let's bring him right on. Hello, Les.
Hello, welcome.
How are y'all?
Doing great, thank you. Doing very good.
We're doing good.
All right. Yeah. Want to say hi to, let's see, Kristen and Carol and Jack and Eric and Vixen and Anne Marie and Bill. And yeah, looks like we got a whole crew here today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Carol Garcia's out there. She said sorry because she called you Eric by accident, I think. Oh, no, that's you.
That was me.
Oh, I don't know.
And I didn't say
Too many
sorry.
comments. Vixen Doe. Yeah, what's happening? That's cool. So how are you tonight? You're a DJ, you mentioned?
Yes, I work at a country station here in Blue Ridge, Georgia as a DJ. I work in the evenings and have a little show that I do and play classic country and stuff like that. It's pretty fun.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's why you have a nice voice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And I recently broke my hip, and I'm doing a lot better now. I'm walking around, which is good. And but I brought my microphone and my mixer here, so that's probably why it sounds pretty good, but thank you. So yeah. And then during the day, my wife is a caregiver, and so at home, I pretty much just kind of watch the house, and she just kind of takes care of the world for me. So I'm very blessed with a wonderful wife. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. What got you into ghosts, aliens? And where did that?
Yeah. So about, let's see, it was about 2014. My wife had passed away of 23 years, and she had diabetes, and it was just really bad. And also she was put into a nursing home, and it caused her to have a heart attack and got her to a point that she just wasn't good. But a couple years after that, I was working at a radio station, and I was by myself, and I kept seeing these shadow figures, and I really didn't know what they were, but I had that feeling that it could have been my wife checking in on me. So if that makes sense, like I didn't like, I knew what ghosts were and even UFOs when I was a kid, but never really paid attention to it. I just guess it just wasn't on my frequency at that time. But This time it was just so very profound, like, hey, just like that, like, okay. So around this time too, I was also wanting to find somebody and, get to know him again, and to, I'm sure you probably know the magnetism, of course, and how this works. And I had this girl that I was just in love with when I was a kid, and we lived on the island of Guam, and our parents were in the military, and we were military brats, and I had a crush on her. She was 13 and I was almost 16, and she didn't know that I had a crush on her. Well, we went our separate ways. Well, my wife of the 23 years had passed away, and she was going through a divorce. Well, I was working at the radio station, and well, this is the time where you could do like a FaceTime or whatever. So I had my station online, and she's like, hey, I said, do you like watching country music? And she said, no, I just like watching you. I said, why? She said, because, I used to do discos and stuff. And this is when she was in Idaho. Sorry to say, I didn't preface that. But I had sent out my Facebook friends, and I had even requested her, and just didn't know at the time what was going on with her. She was in Idaho, so she saw me online, and she said, well, guess what? I'm coming down to Lubbock. I said, well, guess what? I used to have a crush on you. She said, I thought you were the one that got away. I'm like, oh, now you're down here. Because the thing is we have a lot in common. And so even right here, check this out. I have a Guam flag even in my bedroom. And so me and her are like peas and carrots. Follow each other around. We lived in San Diego about the same time. We lived in Salt Lake around the same time. So, and we were going through the same thing. Her husband passed away from the same thing that my wife passed away from.
Same thing.
So we are like this magnetism, straight up.
We agree.
So anyway, here's the thing. So she came to Texas when I was working there, and I said, I keep seeing these shadow figures. She said, oh, well, I'm a ghost hunter. I said, yeah, right. How do you do that? She said, with a phone. I said, sure, right. So I got out my phone, and we did the audio recorder, and we started going around. Hey, is there? Thank you. And or Anne Marie. So we walked around with the cell phone using an audio recorder, and we did EVPs, and we did get my wife a few, like on my phone and her phone at the same time. We said, Sean, are you here? And it said, yep, just like that on both phones. And so what I did was, me being in audio, I took her phone and my phone at the same time, and I synced them up, then that way, we could hear. And sure enough, we got stuff. Well, anyway, fast forward to we were living in Arkansas. We came down here to Georgia to see my mom and dad. And so we went to this haunted house, and it's not haunted like Halloween. It's haunted like some kids were killed there back in the 1800s. And we wanted to actually check it out. It's called the Chastain House. Very, very famous in North Georgia. So we went there, and sure enough, like, my wife was getting orbs on her phone. We were getting EVPs. We were getting things, even with the spirit box. I got one of these little spirit boxes out, and this is the SB 7T. Yeah.
7T as that's like
same thing. So we were seeing orbs and everything, and so we thought that was just amazing. So I was getting good video with this, and we were just really excited about it. So when we got back to Arkansas, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my phone on the stand. Listen to me, stand. I'm going to put this phone, just like this, right? So I put my phone on a stand, and I just wanted to catch some clouds. I didn't know anything about UFOs, none of that stuff. Some clouds. Well, I saw some clouds, and I also saw some bugs and some birds. and some airplanes. Now, the airplanes that I saw were from Little Rock Air Force Base in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the planes would fly around in formation right above Searcy, and that's where I used to live. And so I saw some of these C-130s. Now, my dad used to, over in Guam, right? My dad used to fly C-130s, so I knew what they were. Well, I actually have objects following those C-130s, and I have footage that is also unknown of this sighting. So I can show you that if you want to go into the UFOs now, or if you want to do the spirits now. It's whatever you want to do. I'm up for pretty much anything.
Since you're talking about it, maybe we should do that first. We'll do the footage first.
Yeah, that's fine. Somebody said they see my lights doing something strange also.
Girl.
What are my lights doing? Oh,
there they are. I just saw it.
It just seemed to get brighter.
Neat. It kind of flashed.
That is kind of strange.
You heard a really strange noise earlier in the podcast as well.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe one of your radios was on. I'm not sure.
Thank you. Okay. Let me go ahead and show you how to catch UFOs first. So I did that, and I set that up. Now here is a very easy way. I will ask you, how many phones do you have that you're probably not using?
A few. I think everybody's got some phones that they've bought in the past and they upgraded. They got the old phone. It's not worth anything.
Right. But
some stores have those recycling things, and they'll give you like $2 for your old Android or whatever.
Now here's the thing is that if you can get your Wi-Fi to still work, then your Google Play or your Play Store, even your iStore will still work. Your App Store will still work, because I had an iPhone 5 given to me. Still works. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. And even if you have any old SD cards, by all means. So yeah, I do see that kind of flashing as well. Okay. Then here's what you're going to do. You're going to spend a lot of money and get, well, not really. You're going to use what you have at home, a door hinge and some Velcro. And now the Velcro is probably one of the most expensive things here, because it is probably about $10, $20 at your big time store. But get some good stuff, and then get a door hinge, put the opposite on one side, then put your phone on the other, just like this. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to just set this down outside and just aim it up to the sky. So if you can imagine I can even see this right here, my ceiling fan. If you can imagine that being the sun, or, just some point of reference where you can see the sky, then hit record, then let it roll. Okay. Now I will tell people how to get into it more, but that's basically how you do it. Then when you're done, you just hook it up to your computer with a USB card, with a cord, and then you go in there and you do your thing, and then use a program called SM Player, and that's what I'm gonna do for you right now. So let me go ahead and do that right here, and we're gonna look at.
Hey there, Irene. Happy Girls' Day. I didn't know it was Girls' Day.
Happy Girls' Day, everyone. I had no idea either.
All right. Now this video, if you do go to my YouTube page, you're going to be able to see this exact video. Okay. Now let me go ahead and share this with you so you can see it. Right about there. Okay. Settings. Okay, present. Share screen and window right here. Okay. Now I'm using a program called SM Player, and I'm not selling anything or anything like that. It's a free program. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here at my bookmarks, and I'm going to show you a bird and a flare reference. So then that way you kind of know first. Okay, this right here, that's a flare. And basically what that is, that's your Android flare. Okay, so that's coming off the sun.
Oh, okay. It's an artifact. Okay, a reflection.
Yes, it is an artifact. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Now right here is the bird. Now I'm going to zoom in on it. So now I'm using SM Player. Now I'm using E. It's over right here. And it's smplayer.info, by the way, if you're looking for it. I don't know if there is a, this is for Windows. Okay, see, this is the bird right here. Okay, so now I'm going to go wide. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is so you can kind of see and get a reference. Now, this is me. Okay, now I'm not, like I said, I'm not knowing anything about UFOs, but I am almost wearing the same shirt from Ralph's, and I'm not promoting anybody. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to turn this down. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to forward this to a little bit. Here's the good thing about using the SM player is that you can get a reference. Okay, right about here. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Now once again, here's the flare. Okay, and right in here is an object. Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
Sometimes they go pretty quick. It's right there. There we go. Okay, I see it right here. And it's just a little dot. Now here's what I want. I want people that are gamers. I also want people that are stoners who can see things quickly that go by. You see this, you can say, hey, how did you see that so quick? Okay. Now, can you see this dot?
Yeah. We have a few of those in our audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right there. Now, I'm going to go wide on this. Okay. Now you can see where it's at. And go back.
Carol says she sees it. I do not yet see it. Maybe you can help me. Is there motion going on?
Go back here one more time. There we go. 37. And here's, oh yeah, right there. Okay, see right there. Now you see where the flare is. Okay, this is the dot. Okay. A little bit closer. Sorry about that. That's a good thing I like about SM Player is that you can use the arrows. Right here is the dot. Still going up.
See it.
Now, right up here. Like that. Now, I'm going to actually go on because this is just a kind of a reference. Now let me show you the meat and potatoes of the thing. And this right here is the actual sighting. This right here is also a MUFON unknown. Okay, so here's the C-130. I'm going to back it up here just a little bit. Right here. Okay. And right there. You can tell I've seen it a few times. Okay. Do you see this right here? Okay, let me zoom in on it.
I see it. Arc. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So right there, do you see how that has form?
It does. It almost looks like a plane itself. But
Yes.
It's not.
Okay. Right. And then boom. Now this is one frame. Boom. Just like that. You see how the plane is just like bam. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom out. Now keep this in mind. Keep this back in your reference there. Okay. Now I'm going to go on right here. See the flare over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so keep that in mind because a lot of people I've heard this a lot. People say, "Oh, well, that's a flare." Well, what we just looked at doesn't look like a flare as of yet. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up here just a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to follow the plane. All right, and here we go.
Oh, yeah. It shot down. Okay. Or across.
There's a little spot. Okay, and then when you see these right here,
No, there's another. Yeah.
see this one just jumps in right there, and here. Okay, here's where this one gets crazy. Now I noticed this not too long ago. I like to actually go back and look at my footage, because if one is an unknown, then it's probably pretty sure that the next one is as well. Okay, now here's the thing. This happens with SM Player. Not a problem. I'm going to bring this out just a little bit. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is because you're going to see that this object right here sure does look like a triangle. So I'm going to go right back here. Now remember, this is the same one that's up here, right there, boom, right there, and right here. Okay, so how do I know that that might be a triangle? I'm going to do a print screen. Okay, and then I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to do this right here in one moment. Edit, paste. Okay, all right. And then let me go ahead and share this here with you. Sorry about that. All right, and we're going to look over here. Okay, and share screen, window, and this. Okay, so now here's that, what we just did this print screen of, right? Okay, I'm going to go plus, 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 plus.
Oh, yeah. It's a triangle.
You can almost see lights. You can almost see windows. Okay, now see, I don't know. Let me do to convert to grayscale. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, what do you think of that? I mean, I can make it bigger.
I think it's definitely triangular in shape.
Yes, absolutely.
You can almost see lights, right? Okay, so now I'm kind of back here. So yeah, Carol said, thank you. I didn't know how to record them. Yes. All you got to do is just use this right here. I use it's called manual camera. Once again, I'm not selling anything like that. I think maybe it's $1 or $2, something. I don't know. But any DSLR camera that will allow you to shoot to the SD card, that's cool. And then after you do that, then go back and use the free SM Player. Now that's once again with a non-service camera, because like I'm not gonna put my brand new S22 out there. That's for sure. There you go. Thank you. Yeah,
sure. It's the SM Player that you're using to kind of review this and zoom, and that's zoom functionality is pretty cool.
It is nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good on a video, especially, and that's a free download. So smplayer.info, and
yep,
pretty cool.
It works perfectly. It works perfectly. And you just go in there and you can just kind of tweak a little bit. Now, like I said, it's for Windows. I don't know about Apple right now. There might be one called maybe Z Player or something. I don't know. Okay. So then now, since we looked at that, I just did a screenshot of that, and then, submitted that. And so I have not submitted the triangle portion of that. I do have recently 2 new triangles that I found on the same video. But I want to show you a night triangle if you would like to see that. It's
sure.
Or whatever you want to do. I've got a lot more I can do here. Okay, so be just one moment. Let me bring this up.
This is fun. This is cool.
Let's see. All right, and let's see. New phone UFO right here. Okay. All right. Now it's going to start off as a dark screen. And just one second. Let's do this. Okay. Now this is with my S22. And like I said, I'm not selling it. I'm buying it. Okay. Now I like this because what I did is I exported it. So do you see how this little dot up here?
Oh, I got to bring it up.
Okay. Now let me bring this up here. All right. Okay. So this right here, can you see this right now? It's just a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what I had to do because of this S22, I had to come out here and let me make this regular size. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. 17, 18. Okay. All right. I had to convert all these into bitmaps. Okay. There we go. It goes by so quick. All right. This is what was going over my head here in Mineral Bluff.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know Russia just cleared some airspace. That was a news story today.
Yes, just clicked on that before we came on.
Possible
There we go.
UFO. So they do seem to be everywhere. Oh yeah, look at that. Now it's quite a bit more clearly the three
Okay.
lights. Yeah.
And this is kind of purplish red. So this is literally not too long ago. This is like the 30th. Okay.
And so it just comes into frame and disappears, or does it move? I see the cloud.
You see how it's moving? Okay. And this is fog.
There it is. Yeah. All right. Oh,
so I'm gonna let this roll, and those don't look like airplane lights to me.
No, they don't. They don't. Mm-mm. And an airplane would have the red and green, similar to a boat.
Yeah. So okay. Now this you can actually hear this. This is the sound.
Yeah.
See, that's not right, is it? It's
the way it's moving doesn't look too right.
Yeah. But it still sounds like, right? It still sounds like a plane.
Sounds like a plane, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that's definitely was that some clouds? Yeah, that's fog. Yeah, and that's right above my head. Or as we see in Georgia, above my head. All right, now I am going to show you my latest, and I think my latest is up to almost maybe 800 views, and it's been out since 2 days ago. Yeah, it's the two triangles above Mineral Bluff, Georgia. Here we go. So this is okay. So this is from the iPhone 5. This is from yesterday, or actually the 28th. Yeah, here we go. All right, now I'm going to bring this up right here. Okay, now I'm going to kind of give you an idea as far as, since we're kind of doing this, not really scripted or anything like that, I'm going to give you an idea of how I find these. And then once again, here's SM Player. Okay, so here's the trees.
All right, let me throw it up on the screen.
Right here. Okay, and you can kind of see the setup. Now here's our little dock out here. Okay, there you go. So I have it just set up. I'm on the mountain. You can actually see the TV or the my other camera. Up, and here we go. Alrighty, there you go. This is how easy to do it. So even an iPhone 5 can do this. Okay, and I'm very happy about this iPhone 5. All right, here we go. Here is one object. One thing I like about this is I can do the bookmarks with SM Player. And yes, there we go. See this little guy right here? We're going to look at this guy. There we go. Okay. Let me zoom in on this. Okay, so for anybody who wants to use SM Player, it's an E. Now, what I did is I just kind of scrubbed through this at first, going 1 second by 1 second. And I know it's right here. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Okay. See that light? Okay.
Looks like it's tumbling in the sky almost.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling.
Yes.
And then it turns.
Oh, look at it turn. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Did a 90-degree turn there.
And then now it's a triangle.
And yes, and then it looks like a triangle, right? Okay.
Of the three lights.
That is so bizarre.
It looks like it's just tumbling through the sky.
Okay, now we're going to watch the whole thing. We're going to watch as much as you want. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right, so that we're going to let's go wide out on this here, right here. Okay, now it's going to be at the top. All right, there we go. Here, let's move this right here. All right. Now, the good thing is that you can mess around with the UFOs. See, look at that. I like that, right? That's a nice shot.
It has... I was just going to say, it's like a reflection from the sun.
Yeah. So let's take a look. All right. Now, Okay, my bad. So here's a good thing about SM Player is you can go back and you can look at the bookmarks. Amazing objects. All right, let's go wide here. I know this at the top. All right, and we're gonna. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at. We can take a look at the sun. Really, how the sun, the rays are over here. Okay. All right. Now, I know that this is at the top. Let me go on that. There we go. Right up here. See, something looks awry right there. Okay. Now we're going to zoom in on it because it might be kind of hard for the viewers to see completely. But to me, it looks like it could be a bug, but let's see. Okay. All right. So this is kind of where we started before. Okay. So let's do that. Oh, it looks around and it turns and it flips. And see, there's 3 lights. And then it flips again. And then it does that. See how much brighter it is? And then there's 3 lights there. And they sort of do look like that other one from before. But and now I'm going to go back so you can kind of see what it looks like, you know, in regular time. Let me go back here. Regular time. Boom, like that. Irregular time. Go back. And, okay, it's probably that quick. All right. Okay, now that's the first one. All right. So now you would think because there's one, there may be another. And because I know that they like to hang out in this part of the sun rays, this is okay. Now this is a couple of minutes later. I just know that they're in this right here. They like to hang out in these rays. See that little dot right there? Okay, it's kind of small. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. All right, right around in here. Here. Okay, this is the fun one. Okay, like that. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay. And that. And
Oh,
yeah.
then that's on the right. Yeah. So
okay.
it kind of went up, and then you got something else.
Yeah. Okay, here we
A
go.
couple questions from our audience members. First, related to the other video.
Yes.
Do you think that the UFOs or UAPs, whatever you want to call these things, are mimicking the sound of airplanes? And is
Yes.
that yes.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kind of zoom in on that. Yeah. So that's just, you see that one? Whoa.
I do.
Okay.
You were looking at one and then another appeared.
Yes. Okay. And which is crazy. I really wasn't even planning on that. So yes, they do mimic. They do mimic. Yes, definitely.
That's sort of like the black helicopter theory, right? Like people talk about seeing black helicopters, and they're not really black helicopters. They're not really military or secret, service or something. They're something else.
Well, okay. Let me explain. So back to the Searcy, Arkansas sighting. I said, well, hey, I'm not out to hide anything. I'm here to show you that, hey, I can show you how to do it if you don't know how to do it. So I went down to the Little Rock Air Force Base. Actually, I called the public affairs office and I said, okay, I have some pictures of objects following your planes. Would you like to see them? They're like, haha, okay, but yeah, go ahead and send them. Then I emailed them back. They said, yeah, we like what you have. I'm like, all right, I can send more, but I have a thumb drive if that would be better with video. And they said, okay, well, if you get a chance, drop that down to the gate. All right. So I go to the gate and I explain who I am, and they kind of laugh at me at first until I show them the picture of the planes with the objects. Then I said, call the public affairs office and then ask them if they want my thumb drive. And they said, okay, Mr. Durant, why don't you step outside? And this is the gate, this is the welcoming gate at the USAF, right? So in Little Rock, they said they want me to step out to the street. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Then next thing I know is this guard comes out and they said, okay, Mr. Durant, we would like to see that thumb drive. We'd like to have that. I say, there you go. Here's my information. And So then, okay, now back to the helicopters. About 2 days later in Searcy, Arkansas, these Black Hawk helicopters, 3 of them went right across the street by the elementary school. And even my stepdaughter can vouch for that. Yeah, and they had the guns out too. So I'm thinking, well, maybe, yeah, almost like a gift. Yeah, once you see them, you start seeing them. So they're probably thinking, okay, is this guy for real? What's up with this? And as it did turn out to be a MUFON unknown. So, you know, I was finding them like mad. Yeah.
So you submitted this to MUFON, and that's what they came back with. They said it's unknown.
Yes. Yeah. Now I do have another one if you'd like to see another MUFON unknown.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Now this happened literally at my mom's house. What happened was we decided to move down here to Georgia to help take care of my dad, and by this time, you know, he had fallen, and now he's in Milledgeville in Atlanta, and so he's in the VA home down there. So, but he's doing okay. So we're just still very thankful for that. So, but anyway, so we came down to take care of my mom too, because she's getting elderly now. So I figured, you know, since we were there, I'm going to do some UFOing. And so I did. And this is one that is probably one of the better ones, I think, that I have as well. So this is the second MUFON unknown. Now, this is the video. I'm going to show you this. Okay. All right. And just one moment. Okay. Now we're going to do this, pretty much do the same thing here. We're going to share this, and I'm going to show you how to do this with the SM player still. All right. And right there. Okay. And that. All right. So let's go ahead and move this back. And we're going to hit play. Okay. All right. So basically I did the same thing with the same stand and all of that. All right. Now I'm going to, so I aimed it up to the sky where you can see the trees. So we were surrounded by a lot of trees. Okay. And here we go. All right. It's going to be right over here. And there's no back here. And then we're going to and then so pretty much this is only a 10-minute video. Okay, so I noticed this right here. Going down. Going down just like that. Okay. There. And you see how that other one comes up to it? And let's take a look. We're going to zoom in a little bit so we can see what that really is. Now we're about 2,000 feet up, and we're surrounded by trees, so there wouldn't be any parachuting or airplane shows, anything like that. See how that kind of rolls? See how that even looks kind of weird like that? Like, okay. And that turns pink. And it's gone. Let's see. You want to rewind it? Go through that.
It's way faster than a plane.
Mm-hmm. You see that other thing that seems to be passing it as well? I noticed that, and once again, this is in the sun. So there seems to be, look at that, even that. Okay? There seems to be freeway.
Oh, yes.
Seems to be a freeway.
It does. Wow,
right?
It's going really faster than that one.
Yeah, and then there was another one over here.
Very cool.
Look at that, right? So
yeah, what is that?
What I've seen, see all these little blips? There's just a lot of, yeah. I mean, yeah. Wow, that's interesting. I'm not even noticing these.
I'm trying to debunk this, and I've noticed the sun is in a lot of these videos, right? Do you think the bright light has anything to do with it? Could be accentuating some other, maybe natural object that isn't as high up but just appears that way?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm just reaching. I don't know. I just
that's the thing. Here's the opposite of that. would the sun be an ultimate power for these objects?
That's a very good question.
Yeah,
The
ultraviolet.
energy, everything.
Like,
Yes.
so, like, look at that. That just like boom. That just like, so that's one frame. See how that just appears?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's, and then it's,
It's gone.
and yeah, and then it seems to be even faster. Like, that's like one frame. Boom, right there. Look at that. Okay. Oh, that was kind of cool. Yeah, I've never actually noticed it. That I've never really gone into that much detail. And you know, for as many times as I've watched this, um, I notice stuff whenever I'm talking to people. I notice stuff that happens because with it that I'd never noticed before. But you got to remember how many times and how many frames per second this is. So even if this is 30, definitely yes, Linda. Thank you. Yeah. So I have a ton of videos where there are objects that appear that look like a portal that they use that the sun uses. Definitely. Yeah. And you
Yes.
think so you would think they're bugs, right? But when you start to see bugs as a reference and then birds as a reference, anything beyond that moves would not really would have to be something other than that. Now,
Bugs look really strange in video, especially like infrared video.
Oh, yes.
But you can identify them. There's a movement. You see the wings flapping. You see
Sure.
things,
yeah.
jutting out of it, which is different than what you're showing us now.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of which, let me show you. Let's see. If you'd like to see some night stuff, let's see. I've got two objects together. Here we go. All right. Yep. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to show you something from my security camera from at night. And then let me share you this right here. Okay. Share screen and window. Okay. Here's something that you can do with a Wi-Fi camera. Okay. That the landlord left or just let you mainly borrow or use, whatever. Okay. Okay. Here's what you got to do. You got to use your app, figure out a way to aim that camera up to the sky. Okay. And then just hit record, let it record all night. And then you could watch it play. Okay. Here's two sets of something that happened on this video right about here. Alrighty.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. Wow. You can definitely.
Now, I would have said bug, except there's two of them moving in tandem.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see all these other little things happening. Okay. Yes.
But yeah, and I do see the other object.
Okay. All right. And here's okay. What? Yeah. See, what about that?
That was a bug. Not that. That's not the trails.
Yeah. Okay. And then
The
all
one
right,
that was on the left that shot up.
like that.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Those are what they call flying rods.
Yes, the rods.
Yes. Yes. Those are flying rods. Okay. So the reason why, oh yeah, orb and double rods. Let's see what this is. Oh yeah. They're playful little things. Oh yeah. Now and then there's
I think they might be spirits of some kind.
No, that brings me to my point. Okay, let me go ahead and close this out here. Okay, so we have the paranormal, which are going to be the spirits and the ghostly things that we see inside. Then we have the extraterrestrial, which are what we mainly just watched. Then there's what I call the paraterrestrial. This would be the stuff that maybe Einstein was talking about. No. We would have to look at which other things if you wanted to. But to explain I call this paraterrestrial. This is the stuff that Einstein theorized regarding like quantum mechanics, quantum physics, where
String theory.
the observer effect, where if you take something to record something at night or whatever, then you can bring it into light. You're able to actually, because you're recording it. It's what they call the observer effect. It's that's part of quantum.
Similar to like double slit experiments.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, goes from a particle to a wave.
Yes.
And back to a particle again, whether it's observed or not. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah. So here's the thing. Here's what I would recommend, especially with all this snow that is, blanketing the land. Get your Wi-Fi cameras out there. Do you see any bugs at 20 below? Probably not. Right.
Yeah, we're in a good zone to check that out. We're up in New England, so
there you go. Right. Probably not. Right. So yeah. Yeah, you might see a cryptid. Now, dealing with the type of paranormal that you do, yes, you might even. That'd be awesome to see a cryptid. That'd be cool. That'd be like, hey, that'd be like a bucket list for you, right? Just aim a Wi-Fi camera out there and shoot it. Open up your app and just hit record and then let it roll all night and then transfer it to your computer or just share it to wherever you could access it. And then watch it. Oh yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah. You hear them speak. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yes. Thank you, Linda. Oh yeah.
A phone app, and we're going to talk about phone apps.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
So moving into the kind of the more paranormal or ghostly realm.
Okay.
First off, I just want to know: do you see any parallels, correlations between the two, or do you think they're very distinct and separate?
I think that the paranormal's separate. Yeah,
spirits,
people have passed on and that sort of thing.
Right. Yeah. Because somebody had asked me the other night as if they thought that the ET could come through, and I don't know. I think I've heard more that they are more psychic or more that telepathic, as opposed to maybe that kind of frequency that these use. I think I think this app and some of these apps, yes, this app right here is called Spirit Talker. There is a couple bucks for it. The thing I like about it is it's not preloaded. It's not like a one of those where you have to pay for. There you go. There you go. You probably have more than a zoo. You probably have a double zoo. They're probably watching you too. Can you imagine being on a reality show and you're watching another reality show and then they all meet as a dating show? That's quantum thinking. All right.
Stoner thinking. Oh no, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. No, so so the thing there are some apps where you have to buy the dictionary. No way. I try to avoid those. Now I've seen these in action. I do mimic the mantra of this group called Twin Paranormal. These guys are on YouTube and they're an amazing paranormal group. They are a couple of twins and they do paranormal investigations. They are amazing. The quantum dating show. Thank you. But they are they use the same apps. They use the Spirit Talker. They use these little cat balls right here. These are they use those. They use the Spirit Box. They use all these same apps, the K2 meter, all of that. I'm getting a REM pod soon too. All right, that's another story. But anyway, thank you, taxes. Anyway, getting all the toys together. But anyway, scam. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, the cool thing about these is that no, they're not preloaded. Now I'm going to tell you before we start this that one, we live about 1,900 feet up, surrounded by trees. At the bottom of this mountain, there was a Cherokee stone circle. Okay. We are on about 5 miles from North Carolina, 5 miles from Tennessee. So we're in the tri-state area, and this is where the Trail of Tears started.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
So-
going to try to attend a
Yes.
Paracon.
We're going to scroll for a second.
We're going to scroll you a little bit to being hosted by our friend Brandon Cooper,
Mhm.
who is
Okay.
native himself, and it's at the hill, right?
Haunted at the mill. Yeah.
At the mill, not the hill.
Haunted
I'm sorry, at the
the
mill.
Mhm.
And geez, I should look that up because we're probably driving.
Girls,
It's like
it's like
15-minute
15 and a half
drive.
hours for us to get there. But it
And then
talks
started
about
at the Trail of Tears. Actually
Yes.
started there.
Yes. So yeah, around that area, the Mineral Bluff, Georgia, Fannin County area. This is where, and of course, we're right next to the biggest like Cherokee National Forest as well, and all of that. So you're gonna hear battle. There was a battle here. You're gonna hear the settlement. You'll hear we were hung. You're gonna hear. You may even hear satanic, and I'll tell them that it's the year 2023. This has been invented, so we can talk to you. But anyway, back to Twin Paranormal, that they're very respectful, and that's something that we like to do. We like to be just very respectful to the spirits and entities as well. But then we do have a few guest spirits. We have Jeff. Jeff is one of our latest. He's one of our guest spirits that kind of hangs around occasionally. Then there's Gary Williams and his wife Edith. They're amazing. So sorry about that, Joshua.
yeah.
Just kind of wrap.
No
Yes,
worries.
they do work great, Carol. I need to get me some new ones. Actually, I'm not sure about Ohio, but I know Oklahoma. That's where they went to, I think. But anyway, so you're going to hear all these different things. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time, okay? And then now the latest, it's a spirit music box. Amazing. Okay. I use it as a yes/no box. It's made by the same people who make Spirit Talker, and I'm not selling anything. I'm just letting you know. Okay. So with the Spirit Talker or the Spirit Music box, I use it as a yes/no box. So yes, ding. Okay, ding, ding. And then if it starts to ding anymore, then they're messing with the music box. Okay. So then I'll have to, sometimes I'll say, hey, welcome or whatever. All right. Now with all that being said, now I'm going to turn it on. Okay. So it's going to take me just a moment. Let me go ahead and do that.
Right on.
Yeah. So now not everybody has 7 or so spirit talkers, but 1 or 2 might be cool. Okay, start. They may even start by the time I sit down. Okay.
Right out of the gate.
Yep. Start. Okay. And now with the book there, that was like,
Yes.
In Pickens, South Carolina.
That one just said children here. Okay, nice.
All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, children here. All right, cool. Now here's the fun part. So, many times they will be in context of what you're asking. Okay, now I'm gonna. Oh, that said wonderful. Oh, nice. Okay, that's cool. Margaret. Oh, Margaret. Hi, Margaret.
Hi, Margaret. Welcome.
Yeah. I'll let them hear you if you want. This is kind of cool. All right. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Jack.
Yeah.
That's good. But it's so small.
Oh, Raymond. That one just said Raymond. Oh, that one just said Jeffrey. Oh, what did I just say? Jeffrey.
Okay.
Right here.
Wow.
Jeffrey. Did I not look him up?
So just to
Are these loaded?
what is the app that you're using?
It's
called Spirit Talker.
Spirit Talker. Okay.
And
Spirit Talker. Now, and that you can find that on Android and also on the App Store. Okay, now I'm going to start the music.
iOS has that. Yeah. Okay, great.
There it goes. Oh, shooting. Oh, okay. Here we go. Start.
didn't like that seeing little girl.
Here. Hold on, start. Okay, now it's going to calibrate. Okay. Now, if there's any proximity,
Say missiled.
it said emerge. Jeffrey, are you here? Can you make the spirit box move? The music talker? The spirit music box? So generally, if it's okay, so it's activated by proximity. So I'm going to move my hand.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You're
Now,
familiar.
anything other than that is not me. Like that.
Wow.
Who? Can you do that again?
Please.
Oh, that one said go. Okay. Please. Thank you. Thank you for. Oh. That one's for you. That. Oh, Melissa. That one said Melissa. Okay.
A lot of names.
Yes.
So are you saying this doesn't work off of a word bank? It must.
Ooh. All right.
Chills.
Yeah, but why didn't it say football? Or why didn't it say, like, I don't know, orangutan? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? That
I don't know.
one just stayed quiet.
We've had some success with apps ourselves.
Yes.
They're not our go-to
That
tool.
one said wow, and
I like this idea of having, several phones laid
yeah,
out.
even
already.
Twin has started using 2 of them. I'm like, haha, they should see that I'm using like
Yeah,
7.
exactly. Your setup.
You've
Wow.
had communications where one talks to the other, seemingly carrying
that
on a
one's
conversation.
That one just said pagan. No, it's not pagan. This is the year 2022.
Heathens.
Sorry,
This
but a lot of us here are somewhat.
I'm back in time. Well, let me move forward just a little bit. Yeah, because I wanted to pre-program. Yeah, this is the year 2023. Hello, Joe.
Cheapers, you can pick a
It
lot.
just freaks me out sometimes. Okay, this is year 2023. So these apps have been invented so I can talk to you. You're welcome.
I love that the proximity sensor,
That's what.
the motion sensor.
It's not potentially illegal. Impose. I'm sorry if I'm imposing. So the best thing to do is just talk to them like your friends. They're just hanging out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, yes. I was
What's
just
your
writing
name?
that word.
How old are you? Okay, you're still here. Thank you. We're still here.
We're still here.
All right. Thank you. I'm still here too. How many of you? Oh, it did say 8. I don't remember how many. So here's the cool part that you. Oh, Paul, there's another one. But remember, many of these. Yes. Oh, a ritual. No, this is not a ritual. Oh, Elijah. Okay. Hello, Elijah. Yeah. See there, and now remember, I didn't even ask their name. Oh, watch out. Okay. Now, if you started to see some orbs behind me, that would be awesome.
Even they think so.
Did you see that? That one just said agree. Agree. Oh, go left. Okay. Maybe. That would be cool. That one just said agree. Go left. Yeah. So it's never.
Emery Young says a lot like Reggie, and I was going to mention this earlier. Like, you strike me as somebody who needs to meet our friend Reggie Randall.
Reginald Randall. Yes.
Yes, we're going to have to put the two of them.
That one just said Jeffrey. Oh my gosh, that one just said
twice.
Jeffrey. Sorry.
Wow.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
no, we really like this.
Let's do that.
A lot of our viewers love this as well. So you get a lot of names. Good Lord.
Okay. All right.
It's a little low to hear some of the voices, depending on what you're listening on. We can hear them, but we have headsets on, so it's a little better.
Yes, it's me.
Yes, it's me. So it's Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Jack did not
sorry.
Here's
what I was going to tell you that see, you can kind of see yes it's me, but sorry to interrupt what you were going to say, but the cool thing about these is when you stop them, they do have a record. They keep a record of all of the saying everything that it said to you. So being the techie that I am, I loaded them all into Excel and, separated them by time, by name, and all that stuff. But it's amazing what you can see that turns out to be a sentence.
Do you get a timestamp?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
great. So if you throw that in an Excel file, you can sort it and then see if they're actually talking to each other, right?
Yes, exactly. Let's see. It's like what, March?
It's pretty badass.
March 2. All right, here. I don't know if you can see this or wait, let me see.
A little hard to see, but I'll take your word for it. That's really cool. Yeah, I do see a list of things.
Yeah. But it does say the time. It says like 10:34, wonderful, Viking, Andrew, Joe, Elijah. Yes, it's me. I'm a blah, 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 and vice versa.
Viking,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
They're going crazy. I don't know.
That's really cool.
Should I stop them or what?
No.
Join us.
Mic them up. We all want to hear them.
Hook them up. I want to hear them.
Mic them up.
I love the idea because you can go get the paranormal toys and they sort of equipment, gear and stuff, and it's very expensive. But you probably have a couple of cell phones in a drawer somewhere in your house now, and here's a brilliant idea. You can use it to run video that you can re-examine later, and two, to run apps like the Spirit Talker app, which seems pretty brilliant. I'm gonna show this.
That's the I'm just saying, like I said, I'm not selling anything, but I'm just saying that's one of the main. And if you want to watch it work, watch Twin Paranormal, the last I don't know, couple of seasons. Yeah, there you go. There's Spirit Talker, $4. It's worth every single penny. If it, once again, be very gentle with it. If it says Satan or something like that, or what devil or whatever, say no, this is the year 2023. This stuff has been in that one just said wonderful. This
again,
2023. Welsh. Oh, Welsh. Oh, I get a lot of Welsh. So don't be afraid as if it starts to say those things to you, or devil, or any of that stuff, or get out. No. Just say, hey, I live here too. Let's live here together. You can move stuff around and I'll know you're here. And shot. Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, they said shooting earlier.
Just said video. Of course, video.
We're on video. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it seems to work.
Yeah. Cool. Do you like the other forms of instrumental transcommunication, ITC? I know you had the SP7 earlier.
Yeah, I'm getting a REM call, and I'm like, dang. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Anything. I'm up for anything. I do also have a tri-field meter, which I love.
EMF detector, a nice one.
Love it. If there's any people that have been abducted who think they might have some implants, get it. I
talk to people with implants. We've seen the X-rays even.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, you and I were talking before the show about that, because you had asked me that, and I said I don't think so with all the MRIs I've had and stuff. But then we started talking about magnetic, and the magnetic field, and the Tesla 69, and
hold on just a second. I got something to really show you. You're gonna really like. Hold on just a second, and I apologize for that. All that. Okay, so this is, and once again, we work with what we have, and what we, and that's something that I really like about being down here in Georgia, is that that's the way it is around here. We work with what we have, and so here's what I made with something I had. Check this out. Ooh, now what this is? See, it's a magnet, right? Talk about magnets, right? Okay, now the thing is, it's going to lay right down here like that. Now, it would rather...
You can't help me. Good Lord.
Yeah. Now, the thing is it would rather attach to this right here than fall, right? So I can go like this. I can move it up a little bit. All right. See how it won't even fall. Okay. Now, do you want to know what this, do you have an idea what this is? You know what that?
Let me see if I can make it bigger.
Is it a magnet?
Yes, it is. It's basically a magnet. Okay. All right. Sure, you don't know what it is. Okay, now the rest is art, really. Okay, but here's what I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay.
Pad.
Everybody has one. I'm sure you do. How about an old hard drive?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Echo said brake pad.
That's exactly what I said. I said it was a half a brake pad.
No, it's an old hard drive, and really all you need is you just need an old like little star tool or something like that to open it up with. I'm looking to see. At one time I had another little hard drive down here, but yeah. So that's really all it is. You just open it up, and they're beautiful on the inside. You open them up, and they are so silver. And let me just see. I wish I had that.
Our friend Jack Kilowatt had a question for you.
I'm sorry.
He asked, how does the tri-field device, it's a tri-field meter, show implants? Do they give off EMF?
Definitely, yeah. Now the tri-field meter. Now the tri-field meter is a little spendy. It's about $180, but I totally recommend it. Every single penny. Once again, it's also good for UFOing. Well, no, could be good for UFOing, but it's really good for paranormal. I have a video of an orb turning it off, and I can show you that too. Okay, so RF, right? The thing about the RF is I think it goes all the way up to about 8 or 11 gigs, I think. Okay, so right now there isn't hardly any RF going off, probably maybe just a hair. I don't really even know where that little blip came from other than
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
That's what that said.
Yeah,
I don't know if the audience could hear that, but the spirit talker just said, yes, I'm here as soon as you turn that on.
There you go. Yeah. Yes. Tri-field implants, the topic want to hear more about. Well, the UFO stuff in general. Excellent. Yeah. Kimberly Horn. Yeah. By Alter. Yeah. So now the other thing that'll do.
It's a weird frequency.
If something like that starts to make that happen, right? Then there you go. You've got
Spirit
you've got some stuff going on. Tear. Hey, what were we just talking about? Tear.
Trail of Tears, Kimberly.
And,
yes.
Yes.
That's
our connection for an SLS cam. If you're interested, REM pods.
Yes.
REM pods. She builds them into dolls.
Oh, it's so cool.
If you're interested in having like a doll with a REM pod in it,
awesome.
Kim,
and Scott does the SLS cameras
he
and
builds
does
the SLS
amazing software in it. The Horn Paranormal
far
Research.
more affordable than what you normally see.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I'm interested in. Yeah, definitely.
I'll send you their link.
Yeah. How far are you from South Carolina?
Probably about lights. No, probably about 200 miles, maybe a little less.
Okay, all right. With the Paracon we were talking about is at the Haggard Mill, and that's the actual name. It's a historic site, and supposedly Trail of Tears started there or around it, and that's in Pickens, South Carolina. It's coming up on March 20th. It's friends of ours hosting it. We're trying to get down there and see Kimberly and Brandon and Scott and hang out. And of course, Anne Marie Young.
Yes, Anne Marie Young, Lynn Monet.
A bunch of us are going. So if that's in your wheelhouse, we'll be there on March 20th, I believe it is. So
that'll work. Right on.
There'll be all kinds of things for sale. Your phones have been talking the whole time. They have a lot to say, and it seems reactive to what.
Yeah, this one just recently said quiet. one said annoyed, another one said quiet. They're like, okay,
24th
wow.
and 26th. My apologies. Yes.
24th and 26th. Yes.
Through
Okay.
Which is weird because I would love to have a setup like that and see how they talk back to each other. We love the Estes method, and we try to do that every 3 weeks with Greg Voss. And
yes, I would love to do
work with that.
with this.
We think this is a cool idea, and I know Kristen was drawn to this video of yours like this, where they're having a conversation. I think 2 of them are talking. You know, you've got 5 of them laid out or something, and 2 of them are seemingly having a conversation with each other, which is really fascinating, and you know, a realm that a lot of people don't go into. You tend to work with one device, you know, not several. And we have these things again, you know, probably sitting in a drawer. I know I've got a couple, and what a great way to use them, you know?
Yeah. And really, if they can access online, if they can access your Wi-Fi, just even if they're old or whatever, just restart them, reset them, factory reset, all of that. As long as they can get on to Google, then you're fine. Okay. Using my voice. I'm a woman using my voice. There you go.
Wow.
Girls' Day.
It is girls.
There was a Dorothy here a moment ago, I think.
That's my grandmother's name.
Okay.
It was mine as well.
That's right. Wow. So many synchronicities.
Yeah, that's way cool. Yeah. So if you I'm looking at, I guess, Joshua, if you know, it should let you know if you have a foreign object in your body, of course. Now, we were talking about the tri-field meter and some other objects and foreign things. I just recently found out my cousin, who I hadn't seen in 35 years, I don't know, we were talking about UFOs and all these other things, and she said, oh yeah, she said, don't you remember me and my dad, your uncle, we used to let off the metal detectors at airports and stuff. And we're like, okay. So me being the geek that I am, you know, I've got a compass on my phone. And of course, you know, you can once again look for whatever compass that you like.
I think the compass is a wonderful paranormal tool. Les,
yes.
I use an old school, like Boy Scout compass. And I have a compass on my phone as well. But I like the real one, and I get this from Hans Holzer. When I was a little kid, I used to read Hans Holzer stories, and that was like kind of the first EMF detector in a way, any kind of change in magnetism. Well, it's magnetism, but yeah, it's the compass. And, you know, when you get something like that, you know, on a location, it's very impressive. You know, you don't need the latest, greatest thing, but there's something a lot of people probably also have in a drawer somewhere as a compass. Use it. Yes. Take it out. You know. Yeah.
Yep. And I keep looking around because I know I've got a brass one that I gave to my dad, but I recently got it back. I need to get that one again and just make sure everything looks good on it, and then use it to. And no, this is where I live.
You're not here.
That's the best way you tell them if that happens. Evidence. We're getting a lot of evidence, I would say. Just let them know, hey, I live here too. And a lot of times, you know, hey, if you tell them once, you're good. You stood up. But no, I was just looking for that app, and you know, I saw. So when my cousin did it, that compass started turning. I mean, it started turning around. And then now when my mom did it, it turned too, not as much, but it turned a little bit. And of course I haven't done it too, but I think, you know, who knows? Hey, speaking of like mind stuff, remember how earlier we were talking about the ETs using your mind? Wouldn't that be something if you could use your mind and start at least trying to maybe get a compass to move just a little bit, even a hair? You know, that'd be cool.
Telekinesis.
Yes.
Psychokinesis. PK is a fascinating subject in and of itself, and people do it. It's been shown in labs. I've seen it personally. It's rare. but it's a wonderful skill.
You know what would be kind of cool is maybe if we had a since we both have spirit boxes, maybe she could be the moderator and we could do an Estes method. We could do a live Estes method. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, we do this stuff.
Yes,
we do.
That would be awesome.
I'll send you some links, and you should get in the circle of doing this with us. We can't do it.
I have a headset. I've got a really nice headset.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we love that.
Everybody's saying we can't do it at the moment, but
Beats by Dr. Dre. I can hear anything. I've got
a variety of these devices. This one here is by Supernatural Inc. That's a nanocom that was custom made for us.
One of a kind.
It's very cool. It's a one of a kind deal. We have the SP7.
Yeah.
We've got I've got
no more S-Bucks.
The Shack Hack, which is an old Radio Shack radio that I actually modified years ago when you couldn't buy an SP7 and they weren't, commercially available.
Radio Shack.
Modified it. I had to clip something on the board. I believe it was a capacitor.
That's awesome.
The seek function just go. And we've got a whole lot of data. Oh my God.
Look what you started.
Jeez, get us started. We don't want to play our stuff though. We're here for you.
No, I mean they want us to do
and we love it. We love ITC. We love all of this, and that's what attracted us to you with the phones, because what a cool thing. And I do think Reggie and you would get along great. He is always putting things together and tinkering and trying new ideas. He has a show on our channel called Perfectly Normal Paranormal Stations.
Wait, they just said yes when you were talking.
Oh yeah, yes.
Come on.
Yes. Yeah.
They very rarely say yes.
And Greg loves this stuff as well.
I'd love to try it out.
We should have you back, and we should have
in the loop of one of our experimental nights, because sometimes we'll take a show like this a night and just do Estes method, or just do back and forth. What do we call it? Spirit boxing?
Dueling spirit box or spirit boxing.
We'll have somebody
clever name.
On the other side run an air box or an R box, mic them up, and just see if we can get some kind of communication back and forth.
Yeah, I've got more inputs on my mixer here.
It works. We're always trying to experiment and see.
What would you want to call that? Something like Estes and you? No, I don't know. Something. What else can we call it? Dark Horse. Anyway.
Says Bill. What's going on, Bill?
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill. Reggie has a star family that comes through. Oh, that's good. Okay, see, that's what we need to do.
We can do that too on our board at some point, right? We have two boards here. Can we do that?
We can do anything.
Like you said, before, Les, you sound like you're in a cave. Yes. Chris has got the radio voice. I do not. I have the New England accent. Don't like my voice.
It's all right. Nothing wrong with your voice. But I sound like this. Best in the tri-state. Of course, but on it is this microphone. See, 10% is my voice. This microphone is the rest.
Yeah, that's a thing in itself, right there.
Yeah.
Spirit.
So, that's really all it is.
What is it? Necrophonic.
Necrophonic. Yeah, that's a fun one. I like we like Echovox is cool, and Hope Paranormal has a pretty cool app. We talked to the guy that programmed that a few weeks ago, and that was pretty interesting. There's some good stuff. And there was one you usused to have.
No,
we got some pretty interesting data from.
Sorry to interrupt. No,
okay. We're yapping about applications.
Linda just asked. Sorry to interrupt. But Linda just asked, "Is that a special microphone?" Okay. This microphone is a very special microphone. It's a radio station microphone. It's about $350 or so. Very, very nice. It is an Electro Voice RE320. Now the extra the effects are courtesy of a really old. Remember how we talk about old stuff? Really old Alesis.
Yep.
I don't have a sponsor. Not one.
Have an Alesis drum machine many years ago. This is an app that Kristen had on her phone, and this is about 3 years old.
4.
She asked who's buried here, and it says my name.
Who's buried in here? What are your names? Who's buried in here? What are your names?
That's my name, Chris Carr. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you pissed off some Quakers too.
I did.
We were in a Quaker cemetery, and she asked if they were Quakers.
Are you Quakers?
Swears.
Yeah.
It's we have to slow it down and stuff. But
right.
we were just what you were talking about. See, I told you we're squirrels too. We had talked about this in the beginning of the show. We were waiting for you about what our microphones were, and I told him I could not tell you because I'm not the technological person here.
That's okay.
But yes.
Joshua, not too happy with some of those apps. Necrophonics.
Yeah.
Well, I would agree with you on this, Josh. Necrophonics makes everything scary, right? So like, it's got a very creepy word bank. The whole thing is designed to sound scary. Yeah. But we have gotten relevant like names and things going on, data that just is not random with it. We had a really good investigation at Wilson Castle where Necrophonics kind of came up and was working with another app.
Yes.
That Celine was working with.
Which wasn't like
I forget the name of that, but they were saying the same things.
Which was
and that was so friggin' bizarre. Echovox I do like. I think that one is not a bad app. As far as the apps go, I want to try Spirit Talker. I like trying these things for sure.
We love what you do. It's really incredible.
Yes, it said fuck you. That's exactly what it said to Kristen.
I do have one. Okay, here we go. Check this out. This was in Searcy, Arkansas, and this is where the Spirit Box says my name right next to the tri-field meter.
Say my name again. Thank you.
Wow.
Say my name again. Thank you.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my
very cool.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry to interrupt on that one. And then
that's really cool. We love this stuff.
You can't interrupt.
Your show.
I do have. I just said anxiety. Okay, there we go. All right, now
we all got a little of that. Don't worry.
All right, I've got one where the Spirit Box says bug flyby. So here we go. Let me make sure that if I've got the whole thing. Do I have the whole? Oh, let me go ahead and restart that again. Sorry about that. Let's do this again. Here we go. I can do the whole thing. There we go. The whole share screen and window. All right, there we go. Okay, here, this is where it says bug flyby, and it's going to play a few times. So here goes. There goes bug.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's bug flyby.
Did you have a camera out by any chance at the time you were like recording that?
He did
recording
actually.
On the camera set.
That was
the video. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was one of my old phones. There you go. It was recording. Yeah, it was one old phone recording the SB7. Yeah. So So a lot of these pieces of equipment, even y'all know about Spirit Box. These are good starter pieces of equipment. Now my wife's one of those people. She's like, I don't hear that. I don't like that. Going so much. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I know that they have some new equipment that filters even that out, right? Is that correct?
You can use the noise gate and try to take some of it out. I mean, it's a guitar pedal. You can use it. And it does work. People use it in the effects. I think the whole paranormal one has something like that. But I don't know. I kind of feel like some of the stuff gets buried in the static.
Yes.
And when you use those gates, you can miss things too. Although It's not irritating to listen to, you may miss something that was really relevant to the conversation.
Right.
So I'm not a huge fan of them, but we use them occasionally because, it's grating if you're doing it for a long time. Let's see. Scott asked what time our shows are on Thursday, and I'm just going to plug ourselves shamelessly. Sorry. our show generally starts at 9 o'clock Eastern on Thursday nights, but I would invite you to join a little earlier, maybe 7 o'clock Eastern. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, Scott.
He's
and you
from
can see
Oregon, so he's on the West Coast.
West Coast, so it's probably going to be -3 hours to that, right? 7 Eastern, Perfectly Normal Paranormal Communications is on.
You're welcome.
And that is our friend show, Reggie and Greg and Reggie. They're a bomb, and if you like this ITC stuff, that's what they do each week. So do check that out. We have a YouTube as well, youtube.com/@Dark Horse Paranormal. But we're not here to plug ourselves. We're already out here. We want to let this guy,
Joshua Dixon, just asked a good question.
get out there, and he's doing great. He's getting tons of views. It's youtube.com/@objectsandorbs. And you can see lots of these videos. Before we do that, Chris, let me just do one thing, okay?
Okay, Chris.
I want to share the screen and show his page.
Yes, please.
Because it is cool as heck. And we dig this. So
I don't know how I got there. I don't know. It's like a synchronicity.
There you
we're
go.
gonna
That's-
talk about this a little bit. Here we go. I'm gonna get to the top of the page, objects and orbs, and you'll see some of these UFO videos and a cat. We got a cat on our page too.
Yeah,
I got King like following an orb. Interesting.
I'm gonna play the cat.
This is part of the.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Lots of stuff, lots of videos. There's the C-130 who showed us earlier. Really cool. Also videos of the various phones working.
it's so cool.
And we dig this. I think it's awesome.
All right. And now, speaking of which, the one with the cat. Here we go. This is a really cool one. This is our. Oh, thank you. I'm just using my voice. All right. Very good. So this is our cat Barty. He kind of likes to get into the scene. So I'm gonna set this up for you. You're gonna be able to hear the word Nana, and then you're gonna hear another word after that. So here we go.
Objects and Orbs Speaking with the Spirit is brought to you by
Nana.
Hi, Nana.
Brought to you by Nana.
Brought to you by Nana. All right. I was going to say by Kitty.
Nana.
By Kitty, because Kitty was pretty much running the show by now. Thank you.
That's a beautiful cat.
It's so pretty.
Grandma Nana. That's how I was called Grandma.
Florence.
Hi, Florence. Grandma. I love my grandma so much.
Oh, so tell everybody who Florence is.
That's my grandma.
I
I never called Nana.
Anyway, yeah, that's there we go.
Wow, that is wild.
Thank you.
Jeepers.
That is what they. Thank you so much for subscribing. That's what they call a Turkish van cat. They're hypoallergenic, very vocal. They actually like water. So if you ever look up Turkish van, yes,
Weird.
This is great. I really do think this Reggie idea is a good one.
Yeah.
And we need to loop Reggie and do a live session with you.
that'd be
And
cool.
I think it'll be awesome. So we'll be in touch after the show and
All right.
the next week, and we'll talk about it and set up a time to do so. I think our viewers would really enjoy it. And this has been a great time. I've enjoyed it.
Wait. Okay.
Thank you so much. Well, I've got more and more. So however much more you want, you let me know.
Absolutely. We're gonna
Absolutely.
keep you
We'll have you back
around
on
with
and
us.
We will do this because I
Yeah.
think it's fun. I love what you're doing with the phones. We both do, obviously, and that it's so cool. And the UFO stuff is really nice too. And there's some mysteries and questions going off in my head. Like, man, I gotta re-examine some of these videos.
Yeah.
This app, you brought up an SM player to let people know again where you can zoom in on a video you've taken off your phone. Right? Not all apps do this. That's a really good benefit to be able to play it, stop it, zoom in on some section of that film easily without, like I use DaVinci, which is an amazing program. You can make movies like, movie grade videos with the thing, but there's so many buttons and features in it. You basically need to go to college to learn how to use it. And it's more than I'm willing to do. I've already been. I'm just like, oh my God, but I've learned how to do a few things in it. Fantastic. I've enjoyed this
Yes.
immensely.
Thank you.
We'll do it again.
All right. Sounds great. Well, I really had a great time. So thank you so much. And thanks to all your, somebody said they used to have a Turkish band. Yeah.
Yes.
They're
Joshua Dixon.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Cats.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So thank you
Yes.
so very much. And just keep me informed and stay in touch.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This
we have
sounds
to.
great. I want to just remind everybody we're replaying Kimberly Horn, who's in our chats, and Scott, I think, was in there as well. Their interview with Anne-Marie Young and myself from Tuesday is coming on at 11 o'clock. Wherever you're watching us now, you'll see it. Fantastic interview. These guys are great. And again, I'm going to put you in touch with them as well about the SLS, because they really do have the best deals on the SLS cameras. And we want one as well. So
it's either that or Haunting at the Mill.
Yes, or both. Or both. I don't know.
We're trying.
I don't know.
I'm
going to start delivering pizza on the side or something.
I think I am too.
We're gonna make
Uber or something. No.
But thank you so much. And we'll be back on Saturday. We have Morgan Daimler coming on. Talks about fairies, witchcraft, really cool stuff. Amazing author. She has a bunch of books, and she was on our show about a half ago.
Yeah.
Really good show, and we're psyched to have her back. And thank you guys. Thank you, everybody in the audience. You're awesome. We love you. And thank you, Les.
Thank you so much again.
It's been wonderful.
All right. Thank you so much too.
You're very welcome.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bunny
We'll see you Saturday.